Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Dear students, good morning. Welcome to All Gujarat Integrated Classroom Sandhan from BISEC Gandhinagar. First of all, I have to introduce myself, Dikpal C. Parmar, Assistant Professor, Sri Ambaji, BCA College, Ambaji. Today we are going to discuss on Microsoft Excel 2013 Advanced version. Today we have Professor Shailesh A. Patel for an expert lecture. He is an Assistant Professor at Acharya Motibai Patel Institute of Computer Studies, Ganpati University, Khairwa. Sir, what is Excel and why it is called MS Excel?
Yes, thank you, Professor Dikpal, for warm introductions. Basically, MS Excel is a one fully featured spreadsheet program that allows us to organize the data, compute the calculations, make the decisions, grab the data, and develop the professional looking reports.
Which are the parts of the Excel?
Basically, there are three parts of the Excels. The first one is worksheet, second is charts, and third one is database. In worksheet, we can allow you to enter the data and to calculate and manipulate and analyze the data such as the numbers and text. In charts, we can pictorially represent the data or graphically represent the data. Excel can draw two-dimensional and three-dimensional column charts, pie charts, and other various types of charts. In database section, we can manage the data like sorting, filtering, data analysis, etc.
Which topic are included in today's sessions?
In today's, we are going to take advanced Microsoft Excels, in which we are going to include copying and pasting the formulas, absolute cell addresses, then making the graphs. We can perform the statistical analysis, that is called a data analysis, pivot tables and charts we can perform, and some helpful hints we are going to perform today. Today, the first topic that we are going to perform is copying and pasting the formulas. So when entering the formulas in Excel sheet, we can enter or we can fill the paste. First of all, we can copy the content of the cells and we will paste it by three ways. One is autofill, another is fill right, and third one is fill down. Autofill, in order to use the autofill command, there is a one box in a cell, okay, one dot is appeared in the cell. Then if we will paste, we will copy, and then to paste it, we will put the cursor on the dots, and then we will put where the function is copied. Then using the fill right, we can use the Control R command in order to copy the content into a Control R. Then select the cells of range where we have to copy the content, and then we will place a Control plus R. In order to fill down the functions, okay, that will be copied, then we have to select the cells, and then we have to place a Control D. Today I will see one tab that will copy the content. For example, suppose here I want to make a total of these numbers, so I am using the function sum. Here the function sum is used. Then by pasting it, we can use control. First of all, we have to write the formula here for maximization, and then by selecting these dot points, we will make it as a paste. So this will be used in a copying and paste command. The next is paste special. So in paste special, when copying a formula, we have to choose the paste to copy the content as a formula, as a value, and we can also paste special as a format. So only format will be copied. If we have written the formula in a particular cell, and if you want a only value, then you have to select the cells, and then we have to right click, and then we have to select a paste special. So in paste special we can have different options like all, formulas, values, formats and comments. So you can select the paste special functions by using this one. So you can also transpose the data that will be written by selecting the transpose option. So all the rows will be converted into a columns, and all the columns data will be converted into a rows. So if copying the formula to a new table or spreadsheet and only the value of the formula is to be displayed, we have to choose a paste special, and we have to highlight the values. Now, what is the cell referencing? So mainly there are two types of cell referencing, that is called a relative cell references, and another is a absolute cell references. So absolute cell reference, relative cell references is a function when we copy the formula in Excel, then it will shift the reference to a cell to a relative reference in the next column or row. So see here, here in this window, Excel window, at E29291 we have used the function average. If we will copy this content or copy the formula into a next cell F291, then it will automatically change the address. So that is called a relative cell references. So Excel will automatically change the references, that is called a relative cell references. Another is absolute cell references. So if the formula is to refer back to the same cell each time, and it must use the absolute cell references. So here in absolute cell references we can make a copy, or we can constant value will be added or multiplied in a cell, then we have to use paste functions, paste special functions in that one. So here if we will make the copy, then here in this one we are using this Excel sheet. So here by clicking on right click we can paste special. This paste special function is used in order to make a paste one.
How can we draw different graphs in Excel, sir?
Yes, in order to draw a graph we have a facility of chart facility. So here using the charts we can draw the different graphs. Suppose we want to make a graphs, scatter diagram, if we have the values of x and y values. So here we have taken the values of x as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there are different values of y as 2.10, 3.80, 6.20, 7.60 and 10.50. So the scatter diagram will be look like this one. So here we have shown that the graph will be look like this. Now we have to draw the graphs using a Excel. So first of all you have to open a new blank workbook in Excel, and then we have to enter the data in the workbook. The values of x will be entered and the values of y will be entered in column C. Now then we have to select the data and right click on the selected data in order to format it. So if you will right click, one format cell options will be available, and on clicking the format cell it will looks like this one. So this window will be appeared if you will select a format cells. Now in number category you have to select the number of decimal places as a 2. So if you will select 2 decimal places, your number that was integer that will be converted into decimal numbers, okay, having a 2 digits after the decimal places. So now after converting it into a decimal places, first of all in order to draw a graph we have to click on a insert command or insert menu bar. On clicking on insert, the ribbon insert will be open, and then we have to select a insert scatter xy or bubble charts in order to draw a bubble charts. Then on selecting the bubble charts we can get we have to select a graph that is called a scatter diagram for x and y axis. So we will select the x and y axis, so it will create a charts in your Excel sheets. Now you can also formulate the charts by clicking on plus button that will be available at the upper right corner of the graph. By clicking on the upper right corner plus sign, you will say chart elements like axis. You can change the axis titles, you can change the chart title, you can change the data labels, then various options, ligand, okay, trend line will be changed by selecting that options. So here plus sign is used to change the chart elements. Then also you can rename the chart title. So rename the axis titles by clicking on them. The horizontal axis represent the values with the x values, and the y coordinates or the y coordinate will represent the y values. We can change the title for the graph by clicking on the chart title. So after drawing the graph, you can also change the charts.
Sir, what is advanced in Microsoft Excel?
Generally, the research, most of the research students, whenever they are doing a research, first of all, they have to make a data analysis. They will collect the data, but they have not a ground of statistical knowledge. So they have to perform some statistical operations on the data that they have collected. So in order to analyze the data, the Excel have some features in in order to carry out the data analysis. So data analysis will be performed, that will be known as that adds in options will be available in Excel. So whenever you will install the Microsoft Excel, it is available with the Microsoft Excel, but you have to go in a file menu and you have to select adds in options in order to install a data analysis toolpack. So here I have shown that the statistical analysis will be obtained by selecting a analysis toolpack and analysis toolpack VBA. So most of the Excel packages do not have a compatibility to perform the advanced statistical analysis without an add-in. So under the file menu, we have to select option tab, and then by selecting adds in, we can select the analysis toolpack, and by inserting the CD, sometimes it will required if it is not installed before. Whenever we will install, we have not selected, then it will require a installable CD. So it will install the adds in of the statistical toolpack. So using this statistical toolpack, we can perform various operations, various tests that we can perform on the data that we have collected. Here I have shown one test that will shows the data analysis. Here in data menu, you can select the data analysis option in order to perform the statistical operations. So here in Excel sheet, we have to write the first column A will shows the data from form A and form B in column B. Then we have to select data. In data ribbon, there will be one option data analysis, and by selecting the data analysis, we can select a t-test for testing the two population mean. So it will be directly gives the output. So the output will be like this form. It will directly calculate the mean for both the types of data, form A and form B. It will also calculate the variance for form A and form B. The number of observations will be displayed. It will also find a pooled variance for the form A and form B data, and t-statistics will be directly calculated by that will be very much useful for all the researcher. So using these values, any researcher can guess that what its data says, and they can estimate the population parameters.
Sir, how the pivot table and pivot charts are used in MS Excel?
Yes, this is the advanced features that we can use in Microsoft Excel, that is the pivot tables and pivot charts. So it will be included in our database options. So when database, we have so many datas in our Excel that we have written, and if you want to identify or if you want to find some meaningful informations, or we want to export some informations from the collected data, then we can use a pivot table and pivot charts. See, here in pivot tables, we can organize, we can summarize large amount of data very quickly. We can add or we can remove the data, we can rearrange the layout, we can view a subset of data, calculate overall by subsets, and some functions like sum, average, count, standard deviations will be done using this one. So in order to make a pivot charts or pivot table, first of all you have to select a insert options in a menu bar, and then on the left side you will find a pivot table. So by clicking on a pivot table, it will shows one new worksheet. Okay, it will shows that where the pivot output will be shown. So you can select the same worksheet or you can select the new worksheet. So first of all, whatever the data is there, you have to put your cursor on the date on any cell in the data. Then it will accept the range that where the how many rows and how many columns will contain the data. So first of all, we have to put a cursor on any cell. So it will automatically select the number of rows and number of columns in which the data lies. So first of all, after selecting the range, first of all we have a one window, pivot table field list will be shown. So in a selected list, we can select the some fields in rows and some fields in columns, and whatever the count that we have to done. For example, suppose we want to count the average height of the students, then we have to select the height field in a count options, and we have to select a count button in order to count the number of. So it will display the report on the new worksheet or on the same page. Similarly, in order to draw the charts, we have to this pivot table fields will be looks like this one. Here suppose I have data in which the fields are name, gender, origins. So here the drag fields, we have to drag the fields between the areas that will be given below. So first of all, this column value will be shown